a few hours, about 24 hours to elections. Na Ghana, you choose our next president. So now, Nana Kwame Bediako, leader and founder of the New Force, a press meeting. Or then send be to be a watch them say a choir electoral commission person more than a fast one and ya kwan to also who said the treatment or more treating on a different from the other political parties. A DNT was said basa. Now what is the reason tia? Emma electoral commission for any year the woman in a year no and I Kwame Bediako explaining in the press meeting one in some for a year and I may be breaking it down to you. Me didn't see more the shining and no first that not subscribing or like a video no share my for so and be a share. No, I mean, for good example, doors, mass up authentic and European standard doors are. Now, don't need Chimo Kumasi crew for my friend and best good screen. So now, some good example. Let me take you straight into it. So, I'm not Kwame Bediako, a friend, some 12 phone what in same be L2 many catch almost say. The way I said the unfair treatment, electoral commission, person within the film, and I said, the new force and Casa FM, and yes, and to also what I said. But no one got any polling agent, about 552 people. Our form was a nationwide, or more quite German, no protective voter Ghana for Edibamon. A nipper 200 per anna a year electoral commission for Etimia Momo a year accreditation, so multi for many coaching of polling station to protect the voter a year Ghana for Edibama the new force. Now, what's the same way a year Sefam Kakana? It doesn't show say Ghana ye practice democracy in a way, say, I didn't think other political parties near the way I must see treaty of different from us, the way I must see treaty the independent candidate. Some of them, on also who is now I just to say, some of Ghana, your independent candidates, any other political parties, who is they are sub parties to the big ones. What you see, I watch them, some big parties and any small parties, no. Some parties need be a party, I can see and I say, and such practices are costs on one complain because omo bosses any akese nti how but ono de ha ne yie pa because Ghana for voter omo de bema no ehu hia ne yie pa nti obepese obi be kwa present no e wo the polling station eye polling agent as a polling agent be kwa represent no e wo honom na some man accreditation am e be ne nipa na nya access to the polling station honom was say can access to Bediako say this is not democracy was actually say ma wo be kaya ye balloting no ama presidential candidate obi choose number obi use on the ballot paper no ohun say amanfo bi send numbers honom na we say balloting room mpo na we koso na polling station ho de name be koso enye ne marketwa na we say chiremu ka say ne nsam kan no chirema ukọ eastern region ho ba bia some of the EC officials requested sika from him before say young man accreditation was we nyina emfakwam any kwan so motuti ne sa na other political parties they want him the ntia motutu am fairly na independent candidate what chrome has any the omo fa sa kwan we a omo de omo e fa so no yekotia na Kwame Bediako the press meeting a we na nsema wo de tuda embra e ba e beto aso
in terms of reps who are supposed to receive accreditation cards. We have had issues of AC not willing to give us all the accreditation cards we have requested for. We have 552 constituency reps. They are all qualified for the cards. But as it stands, we have only 200 accreditation cards. 2, we've had instances of EC officials in Eastern region extorting money from our reps before they are given the cards. And our third issue is that the whole process is not standardized. You have some regions requesting for passport pictures. Meanwhile, there are no pictures and names on the accreditation cards issued by the EC itself. And so these are 3 main issues that we seek redress, and we want the EC to give us explanations. At least we need them to give us the criteria for issuing the accreditation. Once that is given, the EC and the new force will find a common ground. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my Ghana. I ready metachie na makapro so say abema o mining nyina ne o mo ntia senso atimi atiase bi enche bia na emebunu mu okro nyina yetu anamon say e pensesan ye bi okrom ha sei ne shas ye no ye hu say Ghana nankasa no is controlled by a duopoly. Now akoso sa for 32 years. Into this very moment is historic. It's a revolution. Because no bia embe tunjina emma sa aban mienu we enhu say the competition no omonya ntina first no mo che but say na ntisa na wo hwe ne ekoso a I can see that this not just discrimination but we're also being cheated, undermined and restricted. We have managed to put together almost 40,000 polling agents, only to find out that we have to write a letter for every single one of them, 40,000 people, in a space of 48 hours before we get accreditations. And people are going to the regional EC offices and picking up their accreditations without a letter. So we're now confused that who are going to be our polling agents if we have to wait to write letters again to confirm everybody and send passport pictures. It's not 1 week and it's not 2 weeks. So it looks like we're getting the message. Now, why are we telling the public? It's because we want Ghanaians to understand that we Ghanaians are being taken for granted for the sake of the parties that govern this country and all the governmental institutions that are standing behind these politicians. See, the time has come that we have to accept that democracy is supposed to be practiced over your own human rights. And so if there are 3 or 13 candidates, presidential candidates, then we should deal with 13 people. We should not deal with 2 and the 11 become substitutes, which I can boldly say that a lot of the parties and the independent candidates on the list probably already work as a sub-politicians for these 2 duopoly. But they might not have the courage to say, I'm saying it. So they might not be as worried as we are now for working so hard and putting 554 people together, 30-something thousand people who are going to be polling agents to be able to protect whatever votes that Ghanaians give to us. And then you all of a sudden bring restrictions to stop us from doing that. That is not democracy. That's why we are calling for this press conference with the media. And I want to say that I'm very grateful that just by calling everybody is here. It's 48 hours for this vote to start. And that is the final section of our elections. I call for peace, understanding, and respect for humanity, which I said this in the balloting room the first time. So if in front of the cameras in the EC balloting room, people are exchanging numbers to become whatever 7 and 3 and 4 and 8, then how serious are we as a country that in the polling room, these guys or these people are going to be very clean as democracy is supposed to be? My point is very simple. If we don't practice the transparency of us dealing with each other and understanding why we're governed by politics with these conditions, then we would always be ruled by some superpowers that we don't know about. And I don't think someone with foreign influence should be controlling our leaders who have probably been made or trained to be puppets to control our destiny. And I also don't think the system, which is the government, should only listen to politicians to decide. This thing is becoming serious because my experience is less than 1 year in the political industry. And I can tell everybody for a fact here that African politics is dead and doomed. It needs to be resurrected. Because the media works for politicians. The government works for politicians. The people, they all work for politicians. They sell their thumbs for votes. The media sell all their air spaces for politicians. They're scared because they can't say anything good. You go and sit down and talk for 1 good hour and share 12 pillars that can help this country to be rebuilt again, and the media is just finding something little to turn your whole character upside down because some politician is instructing them to do so. Well, I know that this very elections is bringing a change, and nothing is going to stop that. So on that note, I am asking Ghanaians that they have left me in a very lame position, that if I say I will still mobilize my 37,800 people and try and get them accreditations and this and that, I won't be able to. But I'm going to ask Ghanaians that since they're giving the accreditation to people, the people who are going to volunteer for New Force, God bless your souls, to help us, to be our polling agents, whether we have to pay you or you want to do it for your country or for your nation. We just need people who can stand for the truth, people who can stand for what is right, people who can stand for the country and for the nation, because we all have one purpose, and that one purpose is for us to survive on our own lands where we were born. We have nowhere else to take as a country, and I want Ghanaians to wake up. You might be happy with what is happening, but very soon or sooner than later, it might affect us. And if not us, it will affect our children. The truth will always set us free, and it would always lead us to success. Currently, our leadership is biased. So until we get up and start to straighten ourselves, we should remember and we should start looking for solutions for 1,000 more problems that is coming to us as a nation. But as for me, I have sacrificed myself to the nation. My business is not as important to me today than your business, and how you're going to find a job, and how you're going to live in a country with a better economy, and how your child should be secured, and how you will be in Ghana without somebody coming from outside Ghana to govern you. You should have your own rights. I'd like to say thank you very much, Ghana. Maybe I should use this opportunity to thank all Ghanaians for supporting me throughout the time that we've been campaigning. And I know that you can see what we have done. Truly, we haven't paid anyone, and we will not pay anyone or bribe anyone to do anything whatsoever for us in voting. If you want to vote for a change that is new change, go ahead and do so. If you want to vote because you've been paid for to do so, that's your own prerogative and your own priority. You can go ahead and do so. But one thing I'm asking Ghanaians not to do is that we shouldn't go all the way to destroy ourselves. You know, we should rather believe that whatever elections that we're going through is going to build us as a new Ghana and as a new nation. And thank you very much.
And for some way, na Kwame Bediako edit to the I press meeting and what they to the watch them say a yakoya EC officials be edene fasono and yasem peto. But Ghana for say if you want to support him, support him. So person a year what to aba e mana or no mbema ka press ko to aba mano. Nemum so person ko giska obi ho na ko de ko to aba mana eno eye wo ankasa wasem. Nsema na Kwame Bediako ede to dwa e wo honom na. For bet match na wadwen. What do you think about this treatment? Na Kwame Bediako face in the electoral process or person woko gina me ato ne so aba no enema edi na efem no. What do you think? Ede ne wadwen kira wo eka efa ho na me hu wadwen kira comment section ho no me any more the shine wait to subscribe no like video no share ama for so enya bi ahwe amesa kan for good example doors ma so authentic doors how do oni chimu ho e ho na me bia make say if you are for Union Association of Ghana o magia tum say o must start to mo use sa pono no o ni akronfo eton kwanta o mapai enti for oni chimu kuma si krofo na fa numbers na egu screen so na sabeka good example e ho no makra you better share in the next video.